Good morning. I am just about to have a late breakfast on the first day of my Colorado archery elk hunt. I drove up last night, just slept in the truck at the trailhead, and hiked in this morning. Haven't heard or seen anything yet. There's definitely a fair amount of tracks in here, a mixture of deer and elk. But just got my camp set up. Got my rope to hang my food up because there's a bear on my game camera that's been frequenting this area pretty good. So I can't keep my food on the ground. But I'm hungry. I'm about to cook up some breakfast and then make my way down towards the wallow where I had my game camera and saw all the elk. I'm gonna sit kind of adjacent to it to start the day off and just look and listen. See what I hear, see what I see. Don't want to bomb in there and go too hard on day one because I don't want to spook the elk out of here. I'm hunting it's a large area, but I can only hunt a small area, just the way the ravines are, and it's all full of deadfall. So traveling long distance really isn't easy. So I want to kind of focus on these two drainages and this ridge line and not bust the elk out of here. Alright, I'm hungry. I might get to this. Alright. I worked my way down a little bit. Found that cow killed from last fall. Just saw the skeleton over there. So I'm gonna do a little bit of cold calling. Just sit and relax a little bit. Enjoy the afternoon. We got rain forecasted, so hopefully it's not too bad of a storm. Alright, let's see what happens. So, I'm going to throw a little bit of face paint on just to get rid of any shine that might be there. Yeah, so this offers pretty good concealment, so I don't really pop out. Because the faces are bright and round, it's pretty obvious shape in the brush. And you don't want the elk to key in on that while you're drawing. That's when you're making your movement. Alright, let's see what happens. Alright, I got an elk bugling down below me. Pretty cool. So after that elk barked at me for 5 minutes, she circled in. Let me show you guys this real quick. So I was standing right here, where I was sitting watching the other elk. I was standing there. It's like a glass better down into there. And I heard some noise off to my right. And then right over here, right behind this stuff, the cow comes in. She was at about 12 yards, I would guess, before I saw her. So I waited for her to put her head down and feed. I crouched down, picked up my bow, and stayed crouched. She kept feeding and started to work her way up. I knew if she got too high up, she'd eventually win me. So I just stayed crouching, waiting for her to go behind anything, tree, brush. If she would have went behind something, I would have stood and drew. I was ready to shoot her. I'm not too picky, I just want meat in the freezer. Anyway, whatever was going on had her nervous. So she barked at me for like 5 minutes. And then she wandered off. Sorry, I thought I heard something. But anyway, she wandered off. So I don't think those elk are down below anymore. I saw elk this way, 2 of them at least, go up and over and crash over there for a little bit. So I'm thinking the whole herd went that way. And she came in by herself. See what the cow was calling about. Bummer that I wasn't a little bit more prepared. Oh well, that's how it goes. But I'm gonna get out of here because with that ruckus, I don't think anything's just hanging out right in this spot. So I'm gonna move over where she ran away. See if I can look and listen in another part. It's supposed to have some rain this afternoon. They're forecasting pretty good thunderstorms and showers. We'll see what happens, I guess. So I started hiking up from where I was sitting. And I figured I better waypoint where these elk were. So I sit down real quick, throw the waypoint in my phone. As I'm picking my stuff up, I drop the camera, so I'm dusting the camera off. I turn around to go up the hill. And 20 yards there's a cow staring at me. So I quickly as I can, without being I don't want to move aggressively and alert the cow. So I quickly and smoothly knock an arrow. But I'm behind brush, so I don't have a clear shot, and she just stares at me. I get the arrow knocked. I hook my release up, and I'm trying to figure out what the best play is. If I try to step sideways to shoot around the tree, if I try to shoot through the tree, but I feel like it's going to be a lot of deflection. So in that 30 seconds I'm deciding, she's just fucking staring at me. And she runs off. I just mouth call at her real quick and she just keeps going. God damn it. Keep screwing shit up. Could have killed 2 elk if I'd have been paying a little bit more attention. How the hell does she just walk right up on top of me so quiet like? Frustrating. Really frustrating. Alright, so, hey, can't really see me because of being inside the shelter, but it's still raining, so I went and collected my food bag. Let's turn that there, food bag. So I used an old dry sack. It's not quite waterproof anymore. Good thing all the food is packaged waterproofly, but not going to be using that in the future. Because it's still raining, I'm going to cook inside the shelter. Kind of nervous about cooking inside the shelter in this area. Typically I'm not, because I usually sleep with my food, etc. and all that jazz. But caught a bear on the game camera in this area. I feel like with all this rain, scent is going to be so down. Shouldn't be a problem tonight. I'm going to make sure I hang it tomorrow. I'm not leaving the tent, etc. But let's get this going. It's going to be super wet in the morning. Sunset is in a few minutes. So about to lose light. That means it's going to be a wet morning. A lot of condensation inside from me being wet, etc. Get that thing cranking. Alright, so for dinner tonight, I have lentils, chickpeas. Sorry, it's so dark in here. Focus. It's not really focusing. Just too dark for this. I have lentils, chickpeas, and cauliflower, and some deer, shoot, I can't even talk right now. It is deer roast in the crock pot to shred up. So that's my meal for tonight while I hang out and stay dry. Ooh, that thing puts off some heat. It's gonna warm up in here. Alright, so we have an issue with food on the strip. As you guys know, I make all my own food. And I didn't quite get these portions right. And they are massive. I'm struggling to finish. I don't know exactly how I'm going to go about this. I gotta hope I kill an animal before the last day. Because I think I'm going to pour a little bit out of each bag into the next day's bag to make that portion smaller. But that means that my last day's bag is going to be massive. All the more incentive to shoot elk. Should have happened today. Oh well, we won't keep talking about that. Frustrating as it is. But I'm struggling to get this down. Too much food. Could have not brought bars. Save some weight just eating this stuff. Morning. So with single wall shelters, let's get this light brighter. With single wall shelters, you get a lot of condensation. So I like to carry a sponge. And you can absorb a lot of it so it doesn't drip on you. It's back of my head so I can see what I'm doing. Alright, it's finally getting bright enough that I can see through the forest. So I can start making my way. Doing some light calling. Had to wait for it to be bright enough for me to see so I don't spook anything. I saw the coolest thing when I got out of the tent to pee this morning. It was an owl, like, you can't even see my hand right now. This thing had to be like 5 inches tall, and it came and landed right by me when I was peeing. I wish I would have had a camera in my pocket to get a photo. Alright guys, wish me luck today. Alright. I snuck back down adjacent to that wallow, right where I saw that herd yesterday afternoon. I'm just gonna hang out and listen and see if elk let me know where they are. With that wallow there, I know they're gonna come through at some point, either this way or this way. Once we get to mid-morning, I might do a little bit of calling. But we'll see what happens. I also tried my release a few times. Seems to be working. I just had a doe walk in. Right over here behind me. Got to about 15 yards. I didn't know she was there, and she blew at me. Might need to change my pants. I don't know if she's still there above me. She was staring at me, stomping and blowing for a while. She went downhill on me and she came with me. She knows something's up because she told me because I didn't know she was here. At least I saw an animal. The forest is so quiet. Everything's getting right on top of me from like the 120 degrees behind me that I can't see. Except for the one that my release malfunctioned at. That was the perfect opportunity that screwed up. But yeah, having animals coming behind me and I don't know they're there. They're on top of me before I can do anything. I'm hoping that when the elk come, they make some noise. At least to alert me that they're in the general area so I can be on high alert instead of just aware of my surroundings. It's hard to be on high alert constantly. Fun morning. I wish the clouds would disperse a little bit more and let the sun get back on me. It's a little chilly now. Well, there's lots of fresh sun around, which makes sense because I saw a bunch of elk yesterday. It's 1 o'clock, so in 4 hours the storm is supposed to start. So I kind of came back towards camp, wrapped around that hillside where I had the shot last night. A lot of sun in here too. Don't have a plan exactly yet. And I'm gonna hunt relatively close to the shelter this afternoon, just when the storm hits I don't get soaked. I'm hoping it's not like yesterday. But I need to get a couple layers off. I'm wearing gaiters all morning. And long underwear bottoms that I need to pull off because it's hot climbing. I was comfortable sitting. Gotta hear or see one elk today, with as many as I saw yesterday. I'm hoping they didn't book her out of here. What I feel like is they might just bounce back and forth through all these Finger Valley type dealios So you just gotta be on the right one when they're crossing over. And I just lucked out yesterday and got there when they were there. I don't know, it looks like they've been hanging out there a bunch though. Alright. Time to get the bottoms off. I dropped quite a ways to get to water. My only container is my Nalgene. The bladder's up in camp. So I'm going to drink what I have, make a liter, drink as much as I can, and make another. To extend and get the most out of the water that I can. It's like a rainforest down here. Kind of like nice. At least I only have a few hundred feet to climb back to camp. Not horrible. I'm not going home empty-handed. I found a deadhead with a whole carcass. Looks like little 3. Let's see if I could get this separated without it being too gross. Just shot myself a grouse. Saw another one fly up. Let me see if I can find another one on the ground. I don't like shooting them out of trees because that's how you lose arrows. Probably just leave that one be. I hope it's here tomorrow. Grouse arrow. There. Focus, focus. Alright, that's the tip I use. I'm flashing a little battery, so let's grab this bird. Boom. There it is. Tasty. Gonna be a good dinner tonight. Well, just got that grouse cleaned up. Gonna leave the other one in the tree. Time to walk down a little further and hopefully find an elk and do the same thing. Haven't heard anything at all today. I'm hoping that they're at least making a little bit of noise as they feed through. Some light mewing, just to alert me, let me know what's going on. Alright, I'm down by the wallow for the first time this trip. I don't want to come down in here and be too aggressive right off the bat, but after not seeing or hearing anything yesterday, I decided this was the plan. I'm about 30 yards off of it. Upwind. Downwind. I'm downwind of it. So I'm uphill of it because the thermals are going up. And the trail kind of runs in this way. So hopefully the elk come in down below me. So I'm just going to sit here and watch and listen and hope something comes in. Time for the wait. Boom. Alright, so water is scarce down here. So I had to drop all the way to the other side yesterday to get water. But that was only 1 liter. I'm getting low on camp water. So I found this little trickle behind me. You can see right there, I got some foil. This is another reason to always have foil with you. But I had to make a little spout to funnel water into my water bottle. So I could do a liter at a time. It's getting close to sundown. Been sitting here for almost 6 hours. Haven't heard or seen anything. I'm gonna start making my way back up. Still hunt my way back to camp. Maybe I'll stir something up. I don't know. I don't know what to do at this point. Sucks getting to them right away. Now I can't seem to find any trace of them. Bummer. Bummer, bummer. There's just so much land in here. So much land and a handful of elk. Who knows where they are. Well, I'm back at camp. Just about to cook some dinner up, and today was dead. I sat at that wallow for a long time. I almost shot another grouse on my way back. It was right next to camp. It flew away right when I drew back. So that was a bummer. Only got one. But with as dead as it's been the last few days, I think I'm packing up and heading out in the morning. Unless I hear any bugles. Got a lot of elk on the game camera. That herd I got on Wednesday, the cow that busted me came up and was barking right next to me and then wandered off. She didn't seem like she was too scared, but she'd barked for a long time. It would have alerted other elk in the area, even though I saw elk after that. Took the herd with them. Took the herd with her, I guess. I figured there would be other elk wandering around through here. There's a lot of bulls on there, and bulls definitely all aren't hanging out together. There's a lot of land in here. Who knows what they're doing. But it's full of deadfall. Steep. I'm only hunting about a mile. Not even a mile. Probably like half to 3/4 mile from camp. And camp's about a mile in. So I'm not way back in there. It's just super tough access. But it's slow going all day, and I can't really bounce around between the different drainages because it takes so long to travel. So who knows where they are, but I can't sit here and keep calling and listening for 2 more days. I got 2 more days left on this hunt. So if I don't hear anything tonight, packing up in the morning, hike back out to the truck. I'm gonna drive to a new spot, hike in, hunt there Saturday afternoon, Saturday night, Sunday morning, and hell, if I could just get in somewhere and hear some elk bugling, I will be much happier than what's going on here. I'm really kicking myself for my release malfunction though. I should have had a dead elk first day, and I wouldn't be trying to scramble and figure out what to do now. Sucks. Oh well. Can't dwell on that too much. Gotta keep pushing and trying. Hunting hard here. Worn out. I'm really worn out. Lack of water. Well, the low availability of water has me drinking less water. So I'm trying to stretch it as far as I can, and beats me up. I get worn out. I made water today out of that little trickle so I can hydrate up and be ready for tomorrow. I'm tired. I'm gonna cook some food and drink some water. I don't think it's that late. 8. I need to cook, hydrate, drink some tea, and try to get to bed. What a beautiful evening though. Beautiful day, really. Alright, talk to you later. So I was getting ready for bed, and I look over at my bino harness, and I notice rocks stuck to it. I feel like the ground here, the mineral content, the metal content, is really magnetic, and that screwed me over with my release. I've noticed stuff's been sticking to it. I've been real conscious of keeping it clean and checking it occasionally to make sure it's still functioning correctly after that mishap on Wednesday. But I'm convinced that's why I couldn't shoot that elk. The elk walked up and I had the release on the ground next to me because I wasn't wearing it. I was just sitting there reading, and I just picked it up and put it on, and with as magnetic as this ground is, I probably had pebbles and shit stuck inside of there and jammed me up. That's just so crazy how it's doing that. Nuts. Good morning. I am packed up, headed back to the truck. It was dead last night and this morning. Time to try somewhere new. Got my dead head packed up. At least I look cool going out of here. So I got my dead head and my grouse in the pack. Climb back out to the truck and drive and hike in somewhere new. I forgot that today was the start of muzzleloader. Had a couple guys walk through camp, talked to them real quick. They said it's pretty crowded. So we'll see. If I drive to a couple other spots and it is packed full of trucks, I might just call it this weekend. I don't know. I really hate losing days that I could be hunting. But if it's a shit show in the woods, I might as well go home and get some stuff done. One last look through a camp and I'll get out of here. Hopefully run into some grouse on my way. Got the one in my pack. Be great to get a couple more, take them home, make a nice meal.